Kim will present the paper.
Hello, I am Professor Dae-jung Kim from Doha University, Korea. It is great honor to be here as one of the participants. I'd like to briefly introduce our recent research with Ms. Se-jin Kim, titled Legalization of Third-Party Funding in International Arbitration. I'd like to briefly talk about what international arbitration is and what's the meaning of third-party funding in international arbitration. International arbitration is international dispute resolution mechanism, especially happening in international commercial transactions. It is an alternative to international litigation. It was originally supposed to be much more convenient, simpler, and cheaper than the international litigation. But in recent years, this international arbitration is becoming very lucrative due to the lucrativeness of the amount of the international arbitration. It is because usually it involves with international transnational corporations. Third-party funding is where someone who is not involved in the arbitration provides funds to a party to an arbitration in exchange for an agreed reimbursement. And essentially, we'd like to talk about international investor state dispute arbitration and third-party funding on it. Investor-state arbitration happens when a foreign investor invests in the other foreign investment hosting countries, and this dispute arises when this foreign investor thinks her investment has been damaged by the improper measure of investment hosting nations. It is usually involved with expropriation and improper regulation and something like that. Third-party funding is actually done by a professional, very lucrative foreign legal financing company. It's a cutting-edge industry in legal business. And because this international arbitration is usually about foreign direct investments such as infrastructure, transportation, and natural resources, this third-party funders funding in this international arbitration is supposed to be involved with very high return with the outcome of the international arbitration. So our main research theme is there's problem arise because this international arbitration is supposed to be done with a fair process of law, but when the mechanism of money comes in, this due process of law or fair procedure of legal arbitration and litigation can be influenced by the so-called power of money. That's why we need proper legalization of this third-party funding in international arbitration. Recently, there's a breakthrough of this legalization of third-party funding happened in Singapore and Hong Kong. We will talk more about that through the actual cases. Now I will pass mic on to our main content presenter, Ms. Se-jin Kim. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Se-jin Kim. I'm a research student at Graduate School of International Studies at Doha University in Korea, not Vietnam. Now, I'd like to present the first case, assigned to all the kingdoms and Romania. As you can see in this photo, essentially Likiman's and Romania's investment arbitration representatively shows the issue of third-party funding and is especially about conflicts of interest. In this arbitration, SNT had won the agreement to pay for legal fee with Juridica. Juridica is a professional third-party funding corporation in USA. In the middle of arbitral proceeding, third-party funding agreement was suspended because SNT did not give funder inside information, which is key to evidence for decision. Thus, the proceeding of investment arbitration discontinued, and unfortunately enough, SNT was billed the claim by original funder. Usually, TPF funder is focusing more about her expected margin from winning the case and not focusing on a through legal strategy to meaningfully help her side of the party. The problem of conflicts of interest between parties sometimes can lead funded party into another path of dispute. Actually, I want to introduce briefly this case too, but time is short. So this case is also related with the existence of third-party funding. This case's final decision is rejected because of not disclosure. So I think two cases implicate that it's possible that a huge capital employing controls arbitral awards and decisions so that has ethical and procedural problems. They should improve transparency in arbitration with third-party funding. So I think these cases, common things are the left side of this slide. And the different thing is case one is funder changed to plaintiff because of not give funder inside information. But case two is rejection of final court decision due to no disclosure of third-party funding. Actually, except for this case, a lot of disputes related with third-party funding could not take a reasonable court or arbitral awards or decision due to conflict of interest and the lack of transparency. So therefore, International Bar Association and the ICC International Chamber of Commerce have tried to define third-party funding and made the obligation to disclose the existence of third-party agreement. I want to introduce the clause, but time is that IBA and the ICC have a limitation because these are still stage of soft law, which has no binding power. So, however, in 2016, Singapore and Hong Kong finally legislated the third-party funding bills. It is an impressive movement initiated in Asian countries because arbitration has been originated from Western countries such as US or EU. So with these TPF laws, third-party funding laws, third-party will be placed under the strict surveillance, but on the other hand, the international arbitration with third-party funding will be expected to rapidly increase in Singapore and Hong Kong. The important things reasonable legislative third-party funding bill is that both countries are imposing meaningful regulation with the legal force to improve the transparency in arbitration. That is evaluated as the first step in the right direction about third-party funding. In spite of these legislative bills, they still stick to legal position when discussing about third-party funding. Last, I'd like to conclude with my paper. Third-party funding is becoming more common in disputes, and especially international arbitration. And it has procedure and ethical issues as well as legal transparency. Singapore and Hong Kong, for the first time in the history, legislated the third-party funding bills. The movement of resolving ethical problems and improving transparency is going to be more actively coming up. And actually, in Singapore and Hong Kong, Korean companies increasingly register for resolving their disputes. It means that Korean enterprises are also expected to be a funded party in arbitral proceedings sooner or later. So therefore, they needed to be aware of the existence of third-party funding and this legislation. Thank you for your attention.
Okay, thank you very much.